Welcome back to my old ranch. Today I want to talk about goat heads. I hate goat heads, and unfortunately they're trying to take over. There was only a few of them a number of years ago, but each year they get worse and worse, and I keep trying different things to kill them and get rid of them without having a problem. I mean, I've got my chickens and I have my goats, or my sheep I should say, and dogs and cats and all that, and so I don't want anything poisonous on them that they might eat. So I discovered something quite surprising that works extremely well. So come watch and see what I do and see how well this works. All right, so what we have here, hey Grace, how you doing? I'm trying to do a video, okay? Good girl. So what we have here is these goat heads. Some call them puncture tire weed, but and there's a particular name for them. Now, it's interesting, I didn't know this, but in the morning I came out and the yellow flowers were everywhere. Well, now that it's hot, you see the little yellow flowers have all kind of tucked in. And it's almost too late. You got to catch them now, because this is what's happening already. You can see these things are starting to grow. These little goat heads with the spikes on them, they get stuck in your shoes and stuck in the animals, and then track it in the carpet and in the house. It drives me crazy. So, and they're very evasive, and they seems like if there's a lot of water and other growth, they won't grow. But as soon as it starts to dry out, and as soon as it starts to get really hot, these things go crazy. Now take a look at this. That was sprayed with the white vinegar a couple of days ago, and they are dead. Unfortunately, we probably didn't get them as early as we should have, and there's already some of those sticker balls, those goat heads, formed. But it worked really well, and it didn't kill the other plants, weeds, grass, whatever around it, but it certainly killed these goat heads. So this is what I recommend you do. All right, now this is what I've got. I've got my sprayer bottle here. We all know these. And what I have found is vinegar, just white vinegar. This happens to be 5% acidity. Got it at dollar store, so it wasn't that expensive. But straight, I don't dilute it at all. I put it in the sprayer here, and I'll spray the weeds, and I'll show you how well this works. It works amazingly well. I've tried a few other things too that I'll explain as we go. All right, so we got our bottle, got the vinegar. I just opened it up. I'll just put it all straight in. I'm gonna have to buy several gallons of this stuff for all these goat heads that I have around here. Okay, so when you spray, you want to spray all the way to the root. Get everything you can. And move on to the next one. Not hard to do with just one hand. And we'll come back a little bit later, and we'll be able to, or tomorrow I should say, and we will see these are dead. Here's one by itself. Anyways, this is what I recommend that you do. Non-toxic, won't hurt any of the chickens or the turkeys or anything else that happens to eat that. I don't know if they would or not, but I think they probably would. But that's my biggest concern, is I don't want to poison any of my animals. I don't really like dumping toxic stuff on the ground. This is all completely natural. Won't hurt anybody. It's not that expensive. So let me do a little bit more, and I'll call this good. Okay, now I did discover this thing's been in the barn for a while, and I'd pump it up, and it wasn't holding pressure for very long at all. So I turned it upside down, and it was leaking. You can see the bubbles coming out around here. So the O-ring that's right there is bad. And I happen to have some O-rings that size. So we're going to take the old one off. The new one's not quite as thick around or quite as thick, but I think it will probably still work. So we're going to find out. All right, put this back in here. Now, get a few pumps. And no leaks, so I think we're in business. Now this is kind of hard to do with just one hand, but let me see if I can do this. You see these things are starting, and if I don't catch them now, they're going to go all kinds of crazy and go everywhere. And there's too much junk in this thing. I didn't clean it out good enough. You see, I have a lot of these things growing. Unfortunately, they're taking over is what they're doing. It's really irking me. They're just taking over. And it'll probably take me a good week or two, maybe more, to get these things all taken care of. Got to get these things gone. Get them before they start. Get them when they're small. You see here where I put the oil and gas on them, or I should say, I made a mixture of some old gas, diesel fuel, and leftover oil, and poured it on the plants. You see, it didn't really do a whole lot to them. So let's spray it with this vinegar. Let's see what that does. Fortunately, I've already gone through that half gallon, and I didn't hardly touch the scope of what I've got to take care of. Well, it's another day on the ranch. I started spraying these goat heads on Friday, and I didn't have very much vinegar, so I'm going to show you the results of that between Friday and today. So, now one of the things that I did run across, and I did this on Friday, where I sprayed vinegar on the center of this, thinking that it would actually kill the whole thing. But as you see, let me move around a bit, it killed the center, but these, the legs, or the, I don't know what you'd call them, the spurs, they haven't died. So, boy, I wish I'd gotten this a little earlier. See, that's already got a burr on it. I went and got a couple more gallons. I'm going to use my larger sprayer today, and I'm going to spray them a little more thoroughly. I decided that I should make this a little bit of a series to show you the progress and show you that how well it works. Let me put it that way, because this is new to me, but it seems to be working really well. But I think this, because I've got, the more I look around, the more I see they're just taking over. So this is going to be probably at least a couple of week process, maybe the rest of the summer, as I get out in the mornings when it's starting to flower, so I can see them. That's the key that I'm seeing now. Get out in the morning when it's actually still a bit cool and the flowers are open. And when the sun comes up and it gets hotter, the flowers close, and they're harder to see, especially when they're amongst the grass or other plants. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let this roll, and I'm going to spray my road here, and we're going to watch the progress. Now, as I'm spraying these, let me give you a little bit of close-up, but I do not see the yellow flowers yet. So these are still pretty new and fresh. Hopefully, I can get on top of this, and I'm going to wipe these things out before they start producing stickers. I hate those stickers, man. I hate walking, going in the house and the dogs track them in, or I track them in on my shoes and I step on them. And I like to walk barefoot. And I can't, it's hard, well, I can't do that when I got stickers everywhere. So barefooting is actually really good for you too. Some of you may have heard what they're calling earthing or grounding yourself. And one of the things I do, I've got a little bit of green grass in front of the house, and I water by hand, and I usually go out, I'll be barefoot. That way I can ground to the earth. I think, and it's supposed to be very healthy for you. It's the way that God designed us. And people didn't wear shoes all the time back then, way back when. Not like they do now. Now, some people, it's extremely rare for them ever to put their bare foot on the ground, which I think is sad. Yeah, little bugs. I know when I was younger, I'd be barefoot all the time. My feet were very tough. In fact, when I first moved out, I used to jog, and I haven't done that in a while, on the gravel road barefoot. And I found it very healthy for me. And I haven't done that in a while. So things we stop doing when the years go by. All right, well, this is that section, and tomorrow, over the next week, really, I'll take a little more video, and I'll update this to show you the progress and how well this is working. I also have got some weeds. I wish I knew what the name of it is. I think I'm going to go up there. I'm going to spray this on a couple of them too, just to see what they do. But they're really nasty, and if any of you know what they are, because I don't even know what they're called, and no way to kill them, let me know. Okay, now these are what I'm talking about. And I don't know what they're called. I don't know what they are. But man, I hate them. Last year, and actually for the last several years, I keep pulling them up before they flower and produce stickers. And they drop, thinking I'm making progress. Well, this year I go up there and they're everywhere. And so I'm making no progress at all. And it just aggravates me to no end. So I'm going to go up there here next, and I'll show you what I'm doing. Hey, Tigger. Staying out of the heat? Yeah. Cooler in here, isn't it? My horse is doing really good. She doesn't like standing in the sun, so this is the coolest place for her to hang out. All right, Tigger. I'll catch you a little bit. Man, these are bad. I don't understand it. I was so careful last year. Trying to pull all these up before they got to seeding. Pull them up by the roots right after it rained. And yet I've got this. I don't get it. Stick with me and follow along as I do this progress, and I try to get rid of these cotton picking sticker weeds. And please like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know suggestions of what I can do different. And we'll see you in the next video.